Hello everyone, this is Devang. Welcome to episode 63 of the Outlaw Joseph Scott's, entitled Sleepless in Brimstone. So for this episode, this time Joseph's going back into the mines. We did go through all of the missions in the new Caverns of Cinder book. So what else can we do? I was thinking, do we repeat stuff or what? And you know what? I realized we have missions in the Deluxe Enemy Pack. So we've got the Master of the Void Deluxe Enemy Pack from 1.5, and we have the Deluxe Enemy Pack for the Supermen. So let's go ahead and let's go with the Masters of the Void. So it has two missions in here. So we're going to do the first one. It is entitled Hunted, and that is the first mission pack, or the first mission from that, and we're going to go ahead and give that a try. So, hold on, here we go.
Alright, here we are on the map. So, this, as I stated before, this is going to be Masters of the Void, Mission 1, titled Hunted. As you sit in your campsite on the side of the trail, you can't shake the feeling that you are not alone. Something is out there, in the darkness, watching, waiting, salivating at the thought of tearing you apart and feasting on your soul. Somehow you've attracted the attention of a pack of Void Hounds, stalking you from the ether. If you can't find some way to drive them off, they'll keep hunting you. You have to sleep sometime. So the setup. Standard mine entrance tile. Start mission goal. Heroes must search to find an occult book that holds the key to driving off the Void Hound pack that hunts you. Keep track of the number of encounter cards overcome during the adventure. Alternately, if you kill enough Void Hounds from the pack, you may be able to draw out the Void Hound Alpha and defeat it, breaking the will of the rest of the pack to continue the chase. So keep track of the number of Void Hounds killed during the adventure. Special rules. Immediate dread for this mission. Growing dread cards are revealed immediately. Okay, something to keep in mind. Hunted by Void Hounds. Whenever you would draw a darkness, growing dread, or threat card, roll a d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, you are ambush attacked by Void Hounds instead, which will be 1 Void Hound for 1 to 2 heroes. D3 at 3 to 4, 3 Void Hounds at 5 to 6. So just 1 Void Hound will keep attacking Joseph. These fights generate loot as normal. Objective, finding the book. To find the occult book with the incantation to drive off the Void Hounds, you must collect at least 5 encounter cards, any mix of mine and other world, that you overcome during the adventure. Encounters that are cancelled do not count, nor do any that remain in play, unless they are completed and discarded by the text on the card. When the last encounter is collected, you must defeat any enemy still on the board to collect the occult book and read from it. Luring out the Alpha. To lure out the Alpha Void Hound, you must kill enough Void Hounds throughout the course of the adventure. The number of Void Hounds you need to kill is based on the number of heroes and the posse level. So it goes 1 through 6, and then posse level plus 2, posse level plus 4. Not exactly sure how that's going to work. I'm going to kind of show you what you're seeing based on the number of heroes and the posse level. So I'm guessing if there's 1 hero, it's posse level plus 2. I'm guessing that's how it goes. So let's say 8. So I have to kill 10 Void Hounds to lure out the Alpha. That sounds like that's the way that goes. And then after the last Void Hound is killed at the start of the next turn, place 1 new Void Hound in play as an ambush. It's the Alpha Void Hound. It's the normal Void Hound with triple health, plus 1 damage to all its combat hits, and critical hits only reduce its defense to half. And then as soon as the Alpha is killed, all other enemies on the board retreat, and the mission is completed successfully. Reward: 1 extra loot card and gain plus 1 health permanently. Failure: if the mission's failed, every hero is plagued with lasting nightmares from being hunted and must roll once on the madness chart. There we go. So, So, simply put, Joseph just needs to survive. Yeah, either find a bunch of encounters or, more than likely, killing Void Hounds. So let's go ahead and start. So Joseph rolls for holding back the darkness. A 5 will fail. So that is an excellent, excellent start to this. And then Joseph rolls to move. We'll get the 6 anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we will look through and we find a magma river. Okay. There goes the magma river. And we have an encounter token. Ka-chow. Oops. Which reminds me, need to... Alright. Magma river. And it has, hey, 2 encounters and 2 exits. Well, there's 2 exits. So that's good, and we get 2 encounters. So the first encounter is Steam Clouds. Oh, we hate Steam Clouds. Ranged attacks only hit on 6+, and these ranged attacks cannot get critical. And on a roll a d6 on a 1 or 2, something's in the room with you, and we'll draw a threat card. And attack, draw a threat card. So of course I would be attacked in here. So I'm at least attacked once. Let's see if there's something else in here. There is not. So he does have 1 encounter card. Steam Clouds are there, targeting a model on that map tile, or if I'm on that map tile, so obviously I'm going to be backing up and getting off that map tile and let everything come to me. It is a threat card. It is not a ambush, though. However, special rules. Whenever a darkness, growing dread, or threat card, roll a d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, he's ambush attacked by a Void Hound. He is not attacked by a Void Hound, so he gets just a threat card there, which will be a Peril Dice of Stranglers. So 5 Stranglers. We'll put the Stranglers, I guess they kind of come, know which way is the farthest. Let's see, I guess that's going to be kind of the farthest. And their abilities, and they get 3. A 1, 3, and a 5. So 1 is +2 combat when attacking somebody with 1 or more Darkstone, which would be Joseph. 3 is regeneration 2, so they're going to heal 2 wounds. That's not too bad. And 5, Void Venom, gave the keyword Void, and they have Venom. But Joseph is immune to that because he has the Venom injection, the anti-Venom. So, perfect. Again, another reason that the anti-venom injection is quite useful. So, let us hold back the darkness. And the challenge being, these are stranglers, so it's going to be hard to escape from them and back up off that room. Joseph fails to hold back the darkness. So, he now gets a darkness card, except to see if it's a Void Hound. It is not a Void Hound, so it is a darkness card, which is Chill of the Grave, so undead enemies are +1/+1. +1 initiative, +1 combat. Alright, and then the Stranglers get to move. They move 8. Now, unfortunately, I think they're going to surround me here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So, this is going to be rough for Joseph. That Steam Clouds is like the worst stupid remains in play card. Only hitting on 6s. Alright. Well, Joseph gets attacked by 5 of them with 5 dice each. And 6s count as 3 hits. So I'm going to roll this 5 times here. Wonderful. 1. When they hit on 3+. So 1, 2. That's actually 3. 4. And 5. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sixes. So that's 5 more hits. Okay. So here's Joseph's defense. That's actually pretty good for his defense. He will spend one of his grits to reroll his defense. Oh, you know what? I forgot they have 2 more dice each because of Dark Sun Hunger. So 2, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 10 more dice. Rolling to hit. Hit, hit, hit. Hit, hit, hit. And that counts as 3. Okay. Okay, so roll these for the initial defense save. Blacks those. Alright, so now gritting these to reroll these defense saves. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So, that is 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 hits that got through. Doing 2 dice each. Or 2 points of damage each, right? Sure there's nothing else. Yeah, regeneration and the venom. Okay. So, another 10. Armor saves. Okay, and tribal armor reroll of these armor saves. If I can get these to pick up. You know, every little bit helps. Okay, so 4, 5, 9. 9 wounds. That's not too bad considering. However, Jospeh was already kind of hurt from town, if you might recall. So Jospeh is now up to 13 wounds. Then it is Joseph's turn. So Jospeh rolls to move. Ooh, 2 ones. Well, it gets him a grit back. And since he can't go anywhere, that's not a big deal. And then Jospeh will shoot. Now, he only hits on 6s, unfortunately. And he cannot move anywhere. So that's a big nothing. So he'll spend a grit to re-roll all these. Oh boy. Does he risk... Do I spend the other grit or do I save it for defense? I think I need to save it for defense. Unfortunately. So he got nothing. Those steam clouds. That's just horrible. The steam clouds just screw him over. The worst encounter card for Jospeh, in my opinion. There's nothing I can do. He can do a free attack to them. Not much else. He'll use one of his... I think he'll use a flash powder next turn to make them -2 initiative. I guess actually I probably should have done that first. That would have allowed Jospeh to actually get off the map tile. -2 initiative, then he could have pulled back. I didn't even think about that. It's a little late to be doing that now, unfortunately. And Jospeh could use his belt buckle. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I've got two things here. First is I've got the belt buckle, which was upgraded from the an event at the blacksmith, which allows him a free attack once per adventure to do 1d6 to each adjacent enemy, ignoring armor or ignoring defense. So let's see what we can do here. So 5. They've got 6 wounds. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's a 3. I'm hoping I could possibly make a hole. I need a 5 or 6 on him. Nope. So obviously the least wounded are the ones that are in the direction that I really want to go. Okay. Because I also have the Vial of Brimstone Ash, which is a free attack. Discard to do 1 wound to every adjacent enemy ignoring defense, which you could use at the start of his next turn to try to fight his way through. But not much else he can do there. Oh, Jospeh does have, I shouldn't say that. Jospeh still gets a couple rerolls. I'm going to kind of rewind here. He gets a reroll for each skill and a reroll for his bandolier, which still doesn't hit anything. So it is the next turn. Jospeh will go ahead and he'll use one of his flash powders. -2 initiative, so Jospeh gets to go first. Let's hold back the darkness. 9 is good. Jospeh rolls to move. Can't move anywhere. So it does mean Jospeh gets to shoot his pistols. Perhaps he can kill a couple. He's going to go ahead and use the Vial of Brimstone Ash for the free attack to do 1 wound to everything. Which will at least allow him to kill these 2. And then that puts an extra wound on each of them. And Jospeh killed 2, so he does get to heal for 2 because of his belt buckle. And now let's see if I can kill the rest of these here. Oh, good. A couple hits. He will go ahead and I'm going to spend his grit to reroll these. No. I'll just take his skill and the bandolier. Nope. Okay, so they all miss. But that is 2 extra hits for the 6s. Because remember, he can't get criticals because of Steam Clouds, but he gets his skill where 6s instead of criticals are extra hits. So he has 4 hits. So that helps a little. And we will go ahead and hit this one, who's the most wounded. They are a 2 defense. Jospeh is a 1 for Darkstone Bullets, 1 for his skill, so it's even up. So anything but a 1. We will hit him again. I can't get less than a 1, so that will kill him. That heals Jospeh for 1 more wound, so he's down to 10. Got two left. Let's go ahead and hit this one that has 4 wounds. 2 or better. We'll kill him. Heals Jospeh for 1 more. And then this one has 3 wounds. Okay, so I need a 3 or better. 4 will kill him and take him out. And Jospeh gets to heal one more. And then gets to catch his breath for 2. So he's at 6 wounds. And we get a loot card. The loot card says 25 coins. Wow. Alright. Well, that wasn't too horrible. Luckily, Jospeh has, or I guess, you know, the advantage Jospeh has, even in that situation, is a 6. Gives him extra hits. But that's kind of sucks. Just kind of sucky, those steam clouds. Jospeh needs to try to get through. So, hold back the darkness, because it's a new turn. An 11 will succeed. Jospeh rolls to move. 5 or a 1. As much as I want to get through this, I think recovering a grit is good, and besides, so you can't really see this on the camera, a little far away, but these are all lava spaces. In fact, there's a whole lot of lava in here. These 2 are not, which is 1 away, so actually that's actually good. That gets Jospeh right up next to that, right up next to the lava spaces, where next turn he can try to blitz through. There's some 2 pluses, some 3 pluses. Obviously, it's more dangerous on the edges a little bit. Hold back the darkness again. 9 was good. Jospeh rolls to move. In the box would be good. 5 and a 2. I guess we'll take the 5. And now we need to move. So we'll go here. That's a 2 plus. He succeeds. Again, if you don't remember, the lava spaces, handy lava card. Hero enters, they roll a d6. There's a number on there, you know, on the square. Jospeh rolls 2 dice because he has an agility 4 or higher. And he rolled a number, so that was a 2 plus. Let's move 1. We'll go here, which is a 3 plus, which succeeds. We'll go there for 3. It's a 2 plus. Okay, and we'll go 4, 5. Okay, we are kind of way over there at the end. Kind of pull it back here. We know that's the way back. Put the card over there. So remind me. All right, and then we're going to look through. What do we have? We have corrosive pools. Corrosive pools go like that, and then we have an encounter token there, which is revealed to be an encounter. Clue icons actually don't mean anything on this, so and 3 exits, so there actually are 3 exits there. So another encounter, which says, boom. Black blood of the earth. The chamber holds a massive pool of bubbling black liquid. Well, actually, they look pretty green to me, but alright. Gooey and viscous, the pool pulses with a rhythm of life that is mesmerizing to your mind. Choose, move closer and investigate. Lure 6 plus. If passed, gain 50 experience, and every hero may discard D3 corruption points. If failed, you're pulled into the pool. Or skirt around, spirit 5 plus. If passed, gain 20 experience. If failed, you're pulled into the pool. Well, I don't need corruption points, but Jospeh has a better lore, even at a 6 plus, than trying to do a 1 die spirit at 5 plus. So Jospeh has a lore of 4, and he also regains a grit because he has the pipe if he does succeed. So we're going to go ahead and give it a try. 6 plus, he succeeds. Awesome. So he does not get pulled into the pool. He has no corruption points to heal, but he also gains a grit because of the pipe. So obviously you can see, put some lore and recover 1 grit anytime you pass a lore test. So that is it for Jospeh there. Now what do we want to do? Let's say, let's move these guys out of the way. It is time to hold back the darkness for a new turn. A 5 will fail. Moves us up to 3. Okay, Jospeh rolls to move. And an 11, or sorry, an 11, a 6 or a 5 for his movement, so he can pretty much get anywhere he wants. Well, I guess for ease of things, I was just going to go straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, we won't, because that won't let him explore. So let's come over here to the left. Go 1, and then, as far as I know, there's nothing going on with those zones or those squares. No special, not like lava squares or anything. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll kind of go there. And let's see what's there. We have 2 exploration tokens. We have a spider lair. Okay, spider lair. Kind of gross tile here. Let us see what we get for our exploration token. We have 1 exit and an encounter. So the 1 exit, because there are 3, is to the left. So we'll block those off. And then the encounter, so another encounter card, which is another stupid remains in play, so it doesn't count. It means he can search for dynamite, which he doesn't really care about. And so that was it. And that encounter doesn't count. So hold back the darkness. Ooh, double 6s. Double 6s for holding back the darkness. It gives us stubborn resolve. He can immediately heal d6 wounds or sanity, or recover a grit. He does have 6 wounds, and he does have 3 grit. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna take the grit. That way I can always, unless I roll like double 1s, I can always just keep moving. So, speaking of moving, Jospeh gets to move. So he's got a 5 and a 3, so we'll take the 5. 1, 2, 3. And then let's see what's that way. We have the Black Pool. Did these get shuffled? Because I think these are all like cinder cards. I know they got shuffled. But there we go. We have a Black Pool. I'm assuming I shuffled them so much that they shuffled back into each other. I don't know. But there you have it. I may run around back later, but anyway, let us see what we get here. For the exploration token, we have an attack. Okay, so we are attacked. Let's go ahead and kind of get this on there. Let us see if it's a Void Hound. So remember, it's a 1, 2, or 3. So it is a Void Hound. So he doesn't get whatever it is, and it's an ambush attack by a Void Hound, which means it's gonna be right up next to Jospeh. Hold on. All right, 1 Void Hound against Jospeh there. And his elite abilities are 3, 5, 6. A 3. So Void Hounds normally have that they always start in ambush. And each hero takes 3 horror hits at the start of the turn in which they appear. Their defense is equal to the current initiative level in the turn order. So their defense is going to be equal to 4, which is Joseph's initiative when he attacks. They can move through other models. Pack attack doesn't really matter because there's only 1 Void Hound and only 1 hero. So it's not going to... They change targets. Kind of like the Flying Eaters always change targets. They have a chance to change targets. They have 3+ melee, 8 combat dice, doing 2 damage with 8 health. Anyway, from there, a 3 is Maul. Anytime a hero takes 5 or more wounds from Void Hounds melee attacks, the hero discards a side bag token. A 5, Lightning Speed. Critical hits only reduce the Void Hound's defense by half, rounding down, which is not great, but not as bad against Jospeh, since he's not going to be criticaling, not going to be doing critical hits. And then we have 6 with Savage Jaws. Void Hound melee attacks are now +1 damage. So now 8 dice doing 3 points of damage. Speaking of which, it is now the start of the turn, so hold back the darkness. Double 5s, which is a terrifying shriek. He needs to take D6 horror hits. So he takes 4 horror hits, of which, again, my dice rolling problem. He takes 3 points of sanity loss. But the darkness does not advance, which is a good thing. And then it is the Void Hound's attack. So the Void Hound has 8 dice, hitting on 3s. Luckily, nothing too horrible on 6s or anything like that. So Jospeh gets his defense, which blocks 1. We'll go ahead and spend 1 grit to reroll all of these. They are 3 wounds each. Oh, and that reroll does nothing. So they are 3 wounds each, and that's 5 hits. So that's going to be 15 wounds on his armor, which is a 5 or 6 to block. And then, because he has the tribal armor, he gets to reroll all these once per turn. And that blocks 2 more. Okay, that's not horrible. So 5, 6, 7 wounds. So Joseph's up to 13. Then it's Joseph's turn. So he'll roll the move. And I don't think he's gonna... Well, so that is a good question. What do I want to do? I might as well move somewhere to get close. Try to get closer to a doorway. I don't want to go. Well, I can't actually look through, so I can actually get right to a doorway. So, do I want to go back up there? Try to keep exploring some places, or come this way? This has actually got 3 exits right there. Oh, actually, no, that only has 2 exits. I take that back, because the attack, that counter only has 2. So let's figure out which exit. So the one that does not is on the right. So that's still not a bad place to go, in my opinion, because there are two exits real close here. So let's go ahead and I'm going to try to escape and head into the room. It's a 5+ to escape. Bandana lets him roll another one. Doesn't. So he's kind of stuck there, but he's going to shoot and hopefully kill this Void Hound. And start that process. Alright. I don't think I'm going to use a grit, so I'm going to use all these. As I said, skill, and bandolier. And that nets him 2 more hits. And then his 6s net him 2 more hits. It's a whole lot of hits for one Void Hound. Now he is a 4, and so Jospeh is a 3 plus to damage. So one for his Dark Stone bullets, 2 for his skill because armor defense of 4 or more. So I'm -1 on each die. I need a total of 8. And so the 1s won't do anything. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 hits to kill that Void Hound. Jospeh gets to recover D3, so he gets to recover 3. Yummy. Oh, I will go ahead and take off 3 wounds. I do have to remember, though, the first turn he takes 3 horror hits from the Void Hound appearing, and he blocks them all. Excellent. And Jospeh gets a loot card. He gets 100 gold. Alright. Hold back the darkness. A 9 will succeed. Jospeh rolls to move. 6s. I think that's enough to get him across. And rather than tear up that, I'll go across. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Indeed, just enough to get him across. Let's see what kind of place we have right now. We have a switch curve. Okay, and the switch curve kind of goes on like that. Make sure you guys can see that. Interesting. Alright, and we get an exploration token. One more room. And we're going to be on the next section of stuff. We get an encounter and 1 exit, which is a gate. You know, and a gate's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. Alright, so the gate is to the right. Gate's not necessarily going to be a bad thing for Jospeh, because he does get +1 damage in another world. But the gate's not too far away. But then again, if I draw Cinder, then I have to deal with all that. We do get an encounter card, which is a lucky find. The room is filled with broken trinkets, rusty scraps. There may be something useful under all this if you can find it. Make a luck 6+ test. Jospeh has a luck of 5. He fails. I'm going to go ahead and spend a grit. Let's re-roll that. Because he gets a loot card, and if no hero passes, he gets an ambush attack. There we go. There's a 6. Excellent. So he's going to get a loot card, and that is another encounter card that he has succeeded on. So he's now got 3. And we get a loot card. And the loot card is going to be a Darkstone Shard. Well, it's been a while since I've seen a loot card that had Darkstone on it. Good. Alright, with that in mind, I don't think... So the question is, do I go through that exit up there? Or do I come through the gate? I don't really want to go back to Cinder. Cinder's kind of a pain. Especially since a lot of the encounter cards seem to be remains in play. So let's continue in the mines. Gotta hold back the darkness. Let's see what happens here. Double 1s, okay? Jospeh gets an ambush attack. So, it's draw threat card. So I need to see if it's a Void Hound, and in fact it is a Void Hound. I guess that's one good thing. And we know it's ambush. And darkness does not move. Sure, and that was the darkness, so the Void Hound gets to go first. We need to roll to see what abilities it has. A 3, 4, and 6. So as a 3 is a maul. Again, if you take 5 or more, discard a side bag token. Oh yeah, did I take 5 or more from the Void Hound in that last battle? Do I have to discard? I don't remember, so let's say no. 4, he has a Nightmare Howl at the start of each turn. As long as at least one Void Hound is alive, all heroes take 2 horror hits. And at the start of each turn, not each player's activation, so I have a round to try to kill him, and then obviously the Savage Jaws, which doesn't add extra damage. Which I don't even remember if I did 3 dice. I might have screwed up that last Void Hound attack. Now that I think about it. Oh well. I'll try to remember for this one, since I'll probably be fighting a couple. So 8 dice. Hitting on 3s. I'm trying to make sure I remember all of them, at least for this one. Okay. Joseph's defense. Blocks 2. Alright, so 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. Armor saves. Block 2. Joseph will gets his free reroll, which blocks 3 more, which is 4 wounds. Okay. And then Joseph's turn. So again, the first turn, they come in, it's 3 horror hits. Joseph blocks 2, so he's going to take 1 more sanity. Sanity. And then Joseph gets to roll to move. A 1. He'll take the 1. He'll take the grit. And let's see if he can move. Escape 5 plus. Nope. And then Joseph will shoot. Help if I get them in. Alright, so these are all misses. It's hit. Okay, Joseph will reroll skill and bandolier. Oh, nice. That's an extra hit for the 6s, 1 for each pistol. That's going to be plenty to kill him. Again, Joseph doesn't have to take the extra sanity for the Nightmare Howl. It's at the start of each turn. Since they showed up at the start of the turn, it was already past time for that one. So that's 2 of his 10 down. But it's a long way to go. And Joseph gets to recover D3, so he gets to recover 1. I guess we'll recover another wound. And we get a loot card. Which is 25 gold. Okay. Hold back the darkness. 6 will fail, so that's going to get us a darkness card. Let's see if it's an actual darkness card or if it's another Void Hound. It is another Void Hound. Boom. Another Void Hound. So let's see what his special abilities are. A 3, 4, and 5, which 5 is the lightning speed, which doesn't really matter. So he's no longer +1 damage. They're all only 2 damage. And that was the start of the turn, because that was darkness. So at initiative 8, 10, because it's an ambush, it goes first with 8 dice. Hitting on 3s. Boom. Joseph's defense. We'll block none, so we'll use a grit. Try to block at least 1 of these, if not more. Ooh. Blocking 3. Perfect. And they are 2 wounds each. So his armor save blocks 1. And his free reroll blocks another. So he's going to take just 2 wounds. Just 2 wounds. Does put him at 15 wounds, however. Then it's Joseph's turn. So he's going to take, again, the first turn that he's there. Jospeh has to make sanity saves. And he takes 1. And so he is now up to 5 sanity damage. And then Jospeh gets to roll to move. He'll try to escape. And he succeeds. So we'll actually go 1, 2. We'll get right next to that location, right? That board exit right there to explore soonish. And then it's Joseph's turn. Try to shoot and kill this thing. Which I think will be fine. His rerolls. Oh yeah, look at that. That actually gets him 3 extra dice. So unless they're all 1s, actually I think even if they're all, well no, because I'm -1. So he had a lot of 1s, but and 2s. But that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 79. So that actually took 6 hits to kill that one. But it does kill a third. Almost a third of the way through killing the Void Hounds. Guess he's a lot farther than... You know, I guess he's about the same. I need 5 encounters. And I have 3 encounter cards. Yep. So interesting scenario. And Jospeh gets to catch his breath for 1 more. You know what? I'm going to catch his breath for sanity. Because the Void Hounds do a little bit of sanity damage. And I do have herbs and stuff that I can take. And a loot card. So the loot card is going to be 25 gold. Jeez. These things are stingy. Hold back the darkness. 8 is still good. Jospeh rolls to move. Okay, so we'll go 1. And let's see what we get. We get an excavation chamber. Alright, let's break some of this stuff apart here. Simply because I need to have room. Let me get this to break. Alright, here we go. Alright, and the excavation chamber would come in like so. Alright. Now, in fact, since I'm not going to go that way, I'll just go ahead and do that. It does drop us into the middle section now because I've explored a 6th room. And we get a new encounter or exploration, which is, yes, it is encounter. There's 1 exit. The exit is to the right. So I need to close off one of those. The one to the left. Which is good. And then we get an encounter. So what encounter card do we have? We have the Gateway to Another World. The room has 1 extra door. That's a gate. Okay. And then we roll to see if we are attacked. We are attacked. Which means, is it a Void Hound? It is not a Void Hound, so it is an actual card. And that means this is not... Well, that is a gate. And it does give us the fourth encounter, though. And we are attacked by a low threat card, which is 1 Darkstone Brute. Okay, and it looks like he actually comes from the gate there. And his abilities are a 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so the normal Darkspawn brutes have a smash, so on a 6 they ignore defense, the hero's defense. If a hero does 1 or more wounds on a Darkstone brute, they can collect a Darkstone on a d6 roll of 5 or 6. Craze, they can attack more than 1 hero at a time. Adjacent heroes, they are immune to critical hits, they're tough. And then a 2 is Vestiges of Humanity. Their melee to hit is now 3+ instead of 4+. A 3 is Bounce Bullets +1 defense against gun hits. So they have a defense of 5. That's an interesting one. Ouch. And Ground Pound. At the start of the Darkstone Brute activation, every hero within 2 spaces of 1 or more Darkstone Brutes takes a d6 hits. This is they just pound the ground. So it's not some automatic hits here. Luckily, they are initiative 2. So Joseph will get to go first. So let us hold back the darkness. A 7 will no longer work. Because we're now in the 8+ range. That's going to put us up to 5. And then it is Joseph's turn. So Joseph's going to roll to move. Let's take the grit. And we'll go ahead and we'll move the 1. Actually, how far do they move? They have a move of 5. And I outrange him. So I can actually sort of kite him a bit here. So let's see. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of hard to see some of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means I need to be back like here to stay out of his range. And that assumes I can't kill him. He has 12 health and a 5 defense. I think I'm going to take the risk, or I'm not going to take the risk, I should say. I'm just going to back up. I've got the range because my range, since I have the barrels, so I've got a range of 9 now. I can actually do that, which is the reason I got those. So even if he gets close, at the start of the Brute's activation, if I'm within 1 or 2 spaces, I would take it. So which is not. So Joseph's not. So all right, let's just shoot and see if we can kill him. Oh, some pretty nice shooting there. That will certainly help with 3 extra 6s from that gun. All right, so he's got rerolls. So unfortunately, he only gets 2 because there's 1 for skill and 1 for his bandolier. Because its skill is 1 per pistol. He hit with all 4 of the red. Ooh, nice. All right, so that's an extra 4 hits. Which is going to be pretty good. So I am actually -2 on each die though, minus 2 on each die, because I am a 3. 1 for Darkstone Bullets, 2 for his skill with his Outlaw Pistols, which puts him in a 3. And they are defense of 4, +1 against gun hits is a 5. So I'm -2 on each die, and I need a total of 12. And that's, wow. I think it's still going to be enough because I've got some 6s. But -2 on each die is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There we go. So it took 6 hits. But he did manage to take him out with that first fusillade of bullets. Yeah, the Outlaw can certainly put out a lot of shells with some decent plus damage. Well, there we go. Wow. All right. So catch his breath for 3. We'll take 1 sanity and 2 wounds because that'll help. Joseph's now at 3 sanity damage and 13 hit points. And he gets another loot card, which gives us, hey, 250 gold. That extra 0 on the end. instead of the 25 that he seems to always be getting this episode. And Jospeh again gets to hold back the darkness. A 3 will fail, which gets us a Growing Dread card. And the Growing Dread card is all heroes immediately take 1 corruption hit for each Darkstone they are carrying, excluding Darkstone items. I think I will spend a grit to cancel that Growing Dread card. Except, before I do that, Growing Dread card, we need to roll a d6 on 1, 2, or 3. Instead, it's a Void Hound. So, okay, it is not. It was a Growing Dread card. All right. Well, Jospeh needs 1 more encounter card and 7 more Void Hounds. He hasn't run into too many Void Hounds. Jospeh gets to move. Oh, a 6 is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, just enough to get to that room, which is the storage room. Right, and we put the storage room on, like so. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Okay, and the exploration token for that room is 2 encounters, 1 exit. So I think this will be the end. So 1 exit, which is a 4. So the 1 exit is straight ahead. We'll throw some end caps on here. There and there. All right, and 2 encounters. So encounter number 1, Summoning Circle. Encounter number 2 are Shafts of Light. So the Shafts of Light. The ceiling here is broken out in places with shafts of light spilling down into the room. Your spirits are lifted slightly at the hope that all is not lost, not yet. Make a spirit 5+. For every 5+ a hero rolls, they can recover a grit or cancel a darkness card. Then, if no hero had a Growing Dread. Alright, well, we'll give it a shot. 1 die, 5+, he succeeds. So he can recover a grit. So let's go ahead and recover a grit. The only darkness card or Growing Dread card he needs to cancel is Undead, our +1 initiative, +1 combat. And then a Summoning Circle. Choose break the circle or ignore it. If failed, if the luck has failed, move the darkness 2 steps forward. I think I'm going to do the luck though. Jospeh has pretty good luck. It is only a 4+. I don't need the experience. There we go. So now what happens? And we find the book. In the last encounters and collected, you must defeat any enemy still on the board to collect the occult book and read from it, successfully completing the mission. So, voila! Jospeh has completed the mission. And that's the end. Interesting. It's an interesting mission. I actually fought a number of things, although they were kind of small. It's interesting that the Void Hounds, you know, kind of co-opt the Darkness cards and the Growing Dread cards and all of that. But despite all that, I still didn't. Only managed to fight 3 of them, and then a couple other beasts like the Darkstone Brutes and some Stranglers. But it is an interesting mission. So that is the first mission from the Masters of the Void Deluxe Enemy Pack. It comes with 2 missions. Next is Call of the Void, which will be the one we'll go into in 2 weeks, and then I think the Serpentman pack has a couple missions. So we'll go through those. But there you go. It would be interesting to see it played with some, a larger group of heroes to see how that will play. Certainly, means you require a lot more, Void Hounds. You'll obviously be able to kill Void Hounds, more of them, because more Void Hounds will show up the more heroes you have. But there you go. Thanks for watching and putting up with this. And I appreciate everybody who has subscribed or commented. Said if you have any comments or anything, or any suggestions or requests for particular missions. I think next time I'm going to do the second one here from the Masters of the Void pack. But if you want to, if there's anything in particular you want me to go back and try missions, feel free to ask me. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week in town. Bye.